Thor, Love and Thunder. Big casting news involving this movie, featuring the previous man who played this. No, not Affleck, the other one. Hello, my little nerd army, and welcome to Nerd News, a show that is created for nerds by a nerd, me, your host, Chris Chavez. And in today's episode, we are going to dive deep into the nerd pool and talk about the casting, amazing casting that is, for Thor, Love and Thunder. Now, before we get into that, like we do before each and every episode, don't know why I'm talking like William Shatner, please hit the like and subscribe and the notification bell so that you can be notified of all future episodes as I post them out to you in the interwebs. So if you've been keeping up with Marvel and everything that they're doing, besides the TV shows, they have a lot on their plate in the way of feature films. And one of which is the hit Thor, which Thor Ragnarok kind of changed the landscape of how Thor is seen with humor. And it was hilarious. It was a great movie. So now they're taking that exact same formula and putting it into this brand new Thor, Love and Thunder that I'm very excited for. So going into Love and Thunder, we know that Natalie Portman is going to reprise her role as Jane Foster. We also know that she is going to be the female Thor. She will wield Mir, meow meow, meownger, Mjolnir. I know how to say it, I was just making a joke. And in Thor Ragnarok, they've also teased that there is going to be, he might be in the movie, but Beta Ray Bill. Now, if you're unfamiliar with Beta Ray Bill or who he even is, let me explain to you. So, Beta Ray Bill is part of a race called the Corbinites. Now, the Corbinites' homeworld was completely destroyed, leaving only a few left. So the Corbinites decided to choose one champion to go and actually out in the galaxy and just help repopulate their colony, their race, to survive and to have more babies. So as they selected from the surviving Corbinites, they selected, of course, Beta Ray Bill. Beta Ray Bill was then transformed into a fierce creature from their planet that looks like half horse, half man. It sounds weirder than it is, but the picture looks cool. So as Beta Ray Bill is out in the galaxy doing his thing, trying to save his people, there's a small group that detects him in space, and that would be S.H.I.E.L.D. So as S.H.I.E.L.D. is like, hey, there's this strange person doing stuff in the galaxy. We need to investigate that. They ask Thor, hey, you can fly and do things that we can't. Go see what that's about. So Thor and Beta Ray Bill meet, they kind of clash and have a little fight, and in that fight, Thor somehow loses his hammer. Beta Ray Bill, being really curious, decides, hey, I'm gonna pick this up. And what happens? He grabs it, he can actually wield it. And what does Thor do? Not again. And in the gist, that's Beta Ray Bill. So fans have been dying to actually see this character for quite some time. They did do a little nod to him in Thor Ragnarok. The big tower that the Hulk is fighting in, the Champion Tower, there are three faces or three big statues of a bust of three specific champions, and one of them is Beta Ray Bill. And also the Corbinite, the race that Beta Ray Bill is, they were quietly introduced in Endgame. When we first see Gamora fighting off these giant-like creatures with this long kind of face, you see them really, really quick. Those are the Corbinites. So, now we're caught up. We know who Beta Ray Bill is, we know what the Corbinites are, and why am I talking about Beta Ray Bill when you're saying, Chris, what about casting? Well, there's an actor who's been cast in Thor Ragnarok that I think might be and or is going to portray Beta Ray Bill. And the actor cast is Christian Bale. Where are the drugs going? Now, it hasn't been officially released that he is going to play Beta Ray Bill, but there are other characters in this movie that I think he could play if Beta Ray Bill wasn't in the picture. So I wanted to do, here are a couple of characters I think Christian Bale could play in Love and Thunder. Now, besides Beta Ray Bill, here are some characters that I think he could play in Love and Thunder. Character number 1, Galactus. Now, Galactus is a giant titan who physically eats worlds. That's right, eats them like they're lollipops. Now, the rumor mill is saying that Galactus will be in the MCU. That is going to be the entryway of Fantastic Four. But if Bale is going to play Galactus, it would be his voice, essentially. Because the man literally can eat worlds, so it's not like Christian Bale is that... he can transforms his body, right? So I can see the headlines now. Christian Bale grows from a 6-foot man to a 3,000-foot tall person for role. Character number 2, Minotaur. Now Minotaur was a CEO of an energy company, and he had the ability to change himself into a Minotaur as he wanted to. He also flaunts his wealth around. So essentially, it'd be Christian Bale playing Bruce Wayne with a lot of hair and hoofs. Character number 3, Hercules. Now, we all know the story of Hercules. Now, he is actually set to be in the Eternals movie, so this may not fit into Thor: Love and Thunder, but Christian Bale knows how to pack on muscle, so that would be a stretch for him. I mean, you saw how big he got for the Dark Knight franchise. The man was jacked. Character number 4, Gore, the God Butcher. Now, Gore the God Butcher is actually the main protagonist in Thor: Love and Thunder, so this one actually could be a feasible, possible thing. Now, Gore's sole purpose is to destroy all the gods in the multiverse because he thinks that they are unworthy to have such power. Now, based off of Gore, he's actually fully CGI, much like Galactus. So Bale would be pretty much be in a mocap suit, just like Andy Serkis was with Gollum. And it would be really cool to see him as that character because seeing Christian Bale as a villain would be amazing. And last but not least, character number 5, Mephisto. Now, it is a rumor that Mephisto is going to be in Doctor Strange 2, but that's yet again, it's a rumor, just like this entire episode. But in the comic books, before Jane Foster actually holds the hammer, she is battling cancer. And Jane Foster makes a deal with Mephisto to rid the cancer in exchange for something else. So it's kind of like you sell your soul for something. And yet again, that would be almost all CGI or really great makeup, as Mephisto was a really awesome looking character, and yet again, Christian Bale as a villain. Hallelujah! But whoever Christian Bale plays in this movie is not going to be a small supportive role. You don't hire an actor like Christian Bale and just be like, hey Christian, you're going to be a bush in the background. Hope you like it. Now, I think he's going to play Beta Ray Bill or Gore the God Butcher. The reason why I think Beta Ray Bill, he's a very key character in a lot of storylines. So seeing Bale as just a big time actor, big time character just makes sense. But I don't know if Bale would sign a multi-year deal, which is why I think Gore would be another good choice because that is a one-off character. Granted, it's the main protagonist, so it's a big role in a big movie. Either way you cut it, Thor: Love and Thunder is going to be a fun ride, just like Ragnarok, and I think Christian Bale's going to do fine. He's a good kid with his acting chops there, yeah, don't you know? But Thor: Love and Thunder, who do you think Christian Bale's going to play? Let me know in the comment section below. I would love to hear from you. And if you like this episode, please check out my social media accounts on Instagram and Twitter. I update those daily so that you are in the know of things like this casting news. Thank you guys for watching, and until next time, guys, stay nerdy, stay positive, and get off the couch and create something. Go, right now. Go. I said turn this off and go.